Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, where we're continuing our playthrough on the Kinlaig Highland Fishings map. We are in May, and I have no idea what we're doing. Let's have a look. What have we got on the map? How's the critters going? 3416, okay. Got water, got food, we've got freaking tanks of it. And May is... all our crops are probably planted, aren't they? Hang on, let's just get up here and have a look. So, growing... I mean, we do have grass we can do. That's the exciting part. Okay, we have some weeds. They've been rolled. We obviously forgot to roll the sunflowers. I know, we forgot. We're building our little holiday homes. So I guess we'll go spray 22, 24 and then think about the grass, because we probably definitely are ready to do the grass. I don't think I've been there for a while. I've been avoiding it. Doesn't thrill me. Doesn't thrill me. Why are we so close? Alright, where are we going? We're going right over here, I guess. Okay, let's get this done. So, I did finally cave and bought the Season 2 pass or whatever for the game. I haven't looked, because I think the only thing you get at the moment is this fast tractor thing, which I don't think is actually useful at all. I think it's just a meme. But I'm interested to have a look at it, because I don't think you can actually do any work with it. I don't think you can attach any machinery or anything. So anyway, I didn't get it for that. It was just, well, I don't know when they're releasing new content, but it's going to be coming, obviously, this year. And so I thought, well, I'll just get it now in preparation. And then, you know, they release some new content under it, I'll get it and be ready to go. Other than that, we're just enjoying what we're doing in this farm and thinking about what we're going to do next. I'm not sure if there's any more machines we can really upgrade to benefit anything. Oh, and again, these lines are sideways. Yeah, doesn't look like it's the right way, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe it is the right way. Anyway, I'm just going to ignore the lines at the moment. Could probably jump on jump on this line now. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. And yeah, if you are, please do consider subscribing. Still trying to push those subscriber numbers up. So anybody that wants to subscribe and does, I really do appreciate it. Same with hitting like and commenting, anything like that. It's always great. Especially reading people's comments. As long as they're nice. If they're not nice, they're not great to read, but you know, it happens. You gotta kind of expect it on YouTube. I'm gonna see if we can get over there without folding anything up. I'm gonna live on the edge. Luckily I don't have crop destruction on, so you know, we can just drive through the fields. Not very realistic, but you know, it's a game. It doesn't always have to be realistic. Yeah, I always find with games like this that I like a little bit of realism, but I also don't want it too realistic that I dislike playing. You know, I like to have some conveniences in a game. You know, I love fast travel. I will admit that. Absolutely love fast travel. You know, there's certain games that you know, you start off going everywhere manually, whatever you got to do, but you know, always love when they unlock a fast travel thing later in the game, because you know, you do get sick of, especially if you got to travel backwards and forwards between places all the time. It does get annoying when you're doing it constantly all through the game, even if that is realistic. You know, sometimes you just think, okay, you know, the example would be something like on the other channel that I have where I was playing Cowboy Life Simulator. You know, and you rode around and everything at the start, and there's certain places where you still had to ride to on your horse. But then you just got to the point where you were going backwards and forwards between certain locations, and you just wanted to get things done quicker. And when they opened the ability to fast travel, even though you had to pay $1, which doesn't sound like much, but the money you earned in that game is very low, because it is, you know, cowboy life, not modern. So money was very low. So it was not an insignificant amount. You know, so you had to make your fast travels count. And there was only limited places you could fast travel to. But it was still a really nice feature to have. Because there was just times where you're just like, I don't want to have to ride all the way back through the same course again, over and over again. There's going to be a missed spot there. How did that happen? Yeah, so anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. My point is that I like games to be slightly realistic, but I also like some game luxuries or mod cons or whatever you want to say, just to make things nice. You know, and obviously in this game I'm not shy of using mods. I'm not shy of using auto-loading trailers. Let's just say that one. I love them. And I get it. They're not realistic. But then I've also attempted to justify it by saying that I pretend that I've hired a worker with a forklift. If I could, and I've said it before, if the game implemented a feature that I could hire a worker that would get a forklift and load stuff onto my trailers, which is not an unfeasible thing to do in the real world. You don't do everything yourself. You would hire another worker on your farm to do some of those things that you don't want to do. Could be forklifting, could be anything. But they don't, so they haven't got that implementation here. So for me to say, well, I'm going to use an auto load feature and pretend, yeah, it's a bit of a cheat. But again, I still think it's not totally unwarranted and unrealistic that we can't do certain things in games to pretend things like that if they're not going to implement features like that. And I get why they don't. I mean, it's probably very hard to program that up. Anyway, what are we doing? Should we go have a quick look at our holiday homes just to refresh our memory of what was happening with them? Okay, that's right. They were on the wood beams and they're saying they need one... God, it's so loud. They need one more litre than suggested, but we're going to see if it actually does. We're going to see if they stop at 1 before I give them the next lot. And then... So they actually finish on 6. So we've still got a few more steps. I'm not sure what else we know. I thought there was a step that needed furniture, which we're going to have to buy. Okay. Are we doing the mowing? You know what? Let's take a drive up there. Our little roundabout here. With our crown on. As you do. You know, when you're part of the royal family, you do your farming in your crown. Okay, let me do my third person knee and butt test. Ooh, no, it is long enough. Which is why? I always forget. Yeah. It's up to my knees. It's long enough. Let's go get a tractor. Well, we'll park this back at the house. It's convenient to have it at the house so I can jump to the vehicle. Well, I mean, I know I could jump to Walter, but... Which tractor? I'm going to use this one. I don't really like the other one. It's like... Oh, can we do it? Yeah, we can do it with this one. It's alright, because we want to attach the front and back mowers. Now, I've been getting workers to do the mowing and stuff recently, but that was because we had other things to do. We don't actually have other things to do at the moment, other than skipping forward. Now, why is this one so far away? I always do that. I always brake too late and crash. Okay, unfold. Let's get on the grass. Unfold the front one, drop it down. Where's the lines? There it is. Turn you on. Let's drop that down. Are we swathing? We are. And turn them on. And let's go. I mean, mowing's one of those weird things. I get bored with it, but when I'm actually doing it, I actually enjoy it. It's kind of, it's soothing therapy. Especially watching it just get through that grass like it's nothing. I think it just gets annoying because there's so many steps we have to do, because we do a bit to be silage and a bit to be hay, and it's like, okay, I mean, I'd love to just do the just do this mowing part. This one's the nice part. But I mean, I don't mind the bale. I mean, I don't know. Individually, I don't mind all the steps. But when you put them all together, then it's like, okay, it's a lot of work. And sometimes I wish I had these huge fields. That was terrible. Went off the line. Where, you know, didn't have to turn so much and just like cruise. Mowing a huge, huge paddock. So if you're interested in any other farming games, you can check out my other channel, where it might seem strange that there's a farming game on there, but I mean, originally all my games were on the other channel. This is the new channel that I set up specifically for this game at the moment, this game. But we are doing the Farm Manager World. I did the new Africa DLC, if I haven't mentioned that before on this channel, and you can go and check that out over there. I did the campaign, and now I'm doing some scenarios that I hadn't done before. Some of them are Africa based and some of them are Asia based, because I think long time ago when the Asia update came out, they didn't have scenarios. I think they added them later, and they added a few extra things like shrimp in the fish pond things, and there's cultivation ponds, so these are new to me. I'm just finding them out in a scenario that I'm doing at the moment, or just started. And yeah, they're doing the cultivation ponds are for doing well, it's seaweed, but yeah, they call it nori. And you can also do lotus flowers, which is nice. So yeah, there's some good stuff in there. It's pretty enjoyable. It's obviously very different to this game because it is a farm manager. It's not, you don't drive the equipment, you don't do any of this, you just manage the farm. But it's fun. I enjoy it. So if you want to check it out, go and check out my other channel. And there's tons of games on there, a lot of mixture, but that's the current one. One of the current ones. And I'm mentioning it because if you're here, you're interested in farming games, or at least this farming game. And you might be interested in other farming games, but you might not be either. And that's fine. You can just enjoy what's here. It's funny, when I first played... Oh, what was it? What was the one before this one? It wasn't 24, was it? Was it 22? Whatever it was. Anyway, the farming simulator before this one, before 25, I had that. I think I got it for free or something. Ubisoft, one of those free deals. And I tried it a few times and it just did not click with me. I couldn't play it. Didn't know what I was doing. Controls didn't seem right for me. I don't know. There was just something about it. I don't know. I was doing something stupid. I was just having issues with it. Anyway, I didn't really get into it. And I got into all the other farming games like Farm Manager World and Farmer's Dynasty and and then I think I had another quick go of the previous farming simulator and thought, okay, there's potential here. And this one was coming out, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump on this one and see how we go. And look at me now. Play it all the time. Love it. Created a whole channel for it. It's like, okay. But it's just funny how that worked. And I can't really, unless I go back and play the other one, I can't tell you if the changes they made in this version was what just did it for me. Like, as in, that made the game more playable for me. Or if it was just me, my mindset, I had given it enough time, I was patient with it, and just learnt what I needed to do. I don't remember. Because I sort of remember... I mean, I remember going into it thinking I have no idea what I'm meant to do. Like, I felt like it didn't guide you enough and you needed to know farming concepts. And I knew nothing about farming. Like, you know, I didn't know anything about, you plow, cultivate, whatever. Then you seed, then you do this, then you do that. I didn't know the steps. I needed a game to tell me that. And I think that's where, like, Farmer's Dynasty and Farm Manager World sort of gave me that knowledge a little bit, so that then it helped me to play this game because it gave me some of the fundamentals of farming. And I know technically there is stuff in this game to do that, like, you know, if you ask Walter or who's the other guy, Ben, and that, they're meant to tell you. But I don't know if that system was in the previous game of that, and maybe that was why the problem was. I don't know. And even then, I don't know if I really realised I could ask them. And even if you read their answers, they're not the most descriptive answers. I don't think they are. Like, even to this day, I've been playing this for how long now, and I still question some of the, some of the things. They don't truly tell you. Like, you know, they don't make it very obvious that, you know, soybeans doesn't need fertilizing when you play with precision farming on, you know. They don't make it that obvious that, what else am I thinking? Like spinach has 2 harvests a year. There's just some stuff they just do not tell you, and it's like you are expected to either know this or you need to look it up. You know, go and Google it. What am I doing? All right, so we're going to bail. I don't mind driving around in circles. Yeah, so even though they give you a tutorial, sort of a tutorial, I mean, they do. I mean, you know, they get you to, they get you to harvest some straw, and they get you to do something else, and I can't remember what they get you to do, but it is still very basic. It's not very thorough. I still reckon they could add a bit more thoroughness to some of the tutorials, and maybe even have some more tutorials around some of the specific items. You know, especially if they add a new product or something that works totally different. I reckon they should add some tutorial stuff in there. But anybody that's a seasoned player of this game probably doesn't care for that. It's just like, well, I don't need it. Why would I care? But it's the sort of game where you make mistakes to learn how to do things properly. Or like you waste so much money because you buy the wrong equipment. I mean, the amount of equipment that I bought that was wrong when I was first playing this game is ridiculous. I mean, and I still buy wrong equipment now. Because it's like, okay, well, I need to do this. I think this is the most appropriate piece of equipment. And it'll do it. And then you get it, and then you find out it doesn't work. Like, was it the last video? I can't remember now. That we bought one of the new trucks. And it didn't even work with any of the trailers we had. And it's like, well, where does it say that? It's a truck. Why is this truck weird and does not work with any of the trailers? What trailer does it work with? I'm not sure if it actually explains that. Anyway, other than that, the game's great. I mean, it looks good. It runs. It works. I think most people that play this game are pretty happy. I know when it first came out, there was the usual people that played the previous games that probably whinged and complained and said, oh, this is not good, this is not good. But I think overall, it's been a success. Well, I think it is. You know, especially when you see other games that have come out that really have not had the success. Like, they got the criticisms and they're really struggling. You know, I don't even, some of them I don't even know if they've recovered. I mean, you know, I still hear people saying that City Skylines 2 is not good. I mean, it's still going, so it can't be a total disaster. You know, there's people still complaining about Civ 7. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, there's some things about it I don't necessarily like, but I don't hate it. But they are making some major changes soon, maybe soon, depending on how their testing goes, to try and win back the fan base, because I think it's been a disaster for them. But I've actually enjoyed the game, so, you know, I'm obviously a weird person. But yeah, some of the games that come out, you know, and the classic examples, like, you know, Cyberpunk. You know, that was an absolute shit storm when it came out. And now everybody loves it. I mean, I played it, but I played it after they had fixed it. I didn't play it straight away, so I didn't really experience any of the issues. I played it once it was already fixed. Mainly that was just to save money, because I wanted to buy it when it was on sale and not at premium prices. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game. There were some weird bugs. There were some times where somehow I had ended up... somebody attacked me or something, and somehow I ended up inside a wall. I had to quit the game and restart it because I could not get out of the wall. I was inside a wall. I don't know how I got in there. It's just kind of weird. You know, so there was still some weird stuff, but every game has some weird stuff. I mean, look at the weird stuff that happens in this game. Man, sometimes. Got things flying around everywhere. Tractors are flipping and slipping and spinning, and sometimes it's just total madness. And if you've ever played Farmer's Dynasty, you know, the classic with that was the AI drivers of all the cars, where you'd just be driving along and then suddenly this car would just zoom across in front of you, go into a field, and then start driving around in circles in this field. I am stuck on this bale. Oh crap. Get off me! I can't get it off me. Oh my god, it's stuck on me. It won't get off. What if I fold? Can I? There we go. Stupid bale. I don't even know how much am I doing? I've forgotten now. Yeah, the cars in Farmer's Dynasty. Oh, they were so funny. They were just all over the place, driving around in circles everywhere, crashing into you, just driving off into paddocks. You'd see them flying over cliffs. It was like, oh my god, what is going on? I generally don't talk this much when I'm playing games, or any time really. I'm not a very talkative person. I'm very introverted. But it's one of those things that I'm sort of trying to get better at, speaking more. But it's also because this game, if I don't, it's just going to be total silence. And if you want that, let me know, because if you just want the sounds of the machinery and just me to shut up, tell me. Happy to do that. The other option is obviously time lapses, where I'll put some music in and you can just watch me zoom through the job. I try to avoid doing that as much as possible, but we need to sometimes. But again, if you want to see more time lapses and me to shut up, tell me in the comments, because I'm open. If you prefer that I talk, you can tell me that as well. If you enjoy my constant ramblings, my old man talking, I'm happy to do that. If you wanted me to talk about the news, events, culture in Australia, I can do that as well. I just don't know if it'd be interesting. I try to stay away from the news too much because it becomes a bit political. I have political opinions. I just also don't want... I don't want to start fights and stuff in the chat. That's not what I'm here for. If I wanted that, I would do a channel where I guess I spoke about opinions, you know, like a, you know, whatever, like a news, my opinion crap thing or something. And to be honest, there's been days where I've thought about doing that because, you know, I've had some really strong opinions about some of the stuff that's going on in the world right now, but then I don't, because I also don't want the potential backlash that comes with that. Because, you know, and it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. I'm not stating either way. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've said it before anyway. But it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. There's very opinionated people that get very aggressive on both sides. And I don't really need that in my life. There's enough of that already. But I also don't feel that we should just sit idly by and ignore what's going on either. I think that's wrong as well. You know? These people that are doing horrible things and hurting people and not caring and whatever else should be held accountable. Nobody should be above the law, and nobody should be able to do whatever they like. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care how popular they are. It's not acceptable. But that's not what the channel's about, so, you know. That's why I stay away from it, because the channel is about farming. And I understand there's some farmers in the world that are doing it tough because of things, but I'm not sure there's anything I could do to help with that. We probably did way more solids than I was meant to this time. That's my other problem. When I start talking, my brain doesn't think about what I'm actually doing. I just go into automated robot mode, which is fine if I'm driving from one location to another that I already know, but even that can be a problem. Like you're sitting there, I mean, I don't know if you've ever done it, but you're driving along in a car and you suddenly get engrossed in a conversation in the car, and then you realise you missed your turn off and you've driven straight past it and you've gone, oh shit. I was not concentrating because I was talking and I just drove past where I was meant to get off. Yeah, that's always fun, especially if you're in a hurry to get somewhere. It's always great. Alright, so yeah, we've got a few bales to do, haven't we? So after this we've got to do the old tedding and then bale up the hay, put that away, and then, well, I guess then we can lime and fertilise. going to speed up a little bit. Let's go up to 10. Obviously I want those holiday homes to be ticking along as well. Whoops. Okay, not doing a good job of this one. Oh, come on. Turn. Alright, grab that one. I think the farm's been a pretty good success at the end. We obviously spent a lot of money setting it up. But you know, we've paid our loan off. We've still got higher purchases, but you know, I don't think there'd be any trouble paying those off if we just kept going the way we're going. Like if, you know, if you're in the real world and this is your farm, I don't think you'd be stressing right now about those higher purchases. They're going to be paid off. You know, because this would be your life, right? This is not like, oh, okay, well, you know, oh, I'm bored of this farm, let's move on to another one. You know, this is your life. You're going to probably spend your entirety in this farm that you've set up. Now, of course, you would have to buy new equipment because the equipment's going to break down or there's going to be improvements and whatever else. So, you know, you can't just say, well, you know, if I wait long enough, I'll pay my higher purchases off and then I won't have any debts ever again. Well, no. Some of this machinery is going to break. But I still think we're in a pretty good position anyway. Alright, let's, I don't know if I can back here that way, can I? Should be able to. Yep. I can't see. Bloody trees. That'll do. Alright, there's the tedder. Do a massive tedding operation. Two or three passes. Be really nice to sell those cows next month, but I think I'm going to guess they need another month. It takes so long to get up to the top price. Okay, last little bit. Except I'm messing up that bit, which is not good. It's going to make the baling harder. Okay. Baling again. Oh, this might stay grass. That's going to be really annoying. Yep, it's going to stay grass. Alright, we might have to give that one to the sheep. Because I really do not want to get the baler again. A baler wrapper. Alright, one more strip to go. Then we got to pick them all up. So you think this stuff doesn't take long, but it all adds up. It's like, okay, well, it doesn't take long to do this, doesn't take long to do this, but when each of the items takes like 10 or 15 minutes, by the time you finish it, it's like 2 hours is gone. And it's like, where the hell did all the time go? Okay, let's go get the auto loader. The non-cheaty one, the one that's actually paid to do the job. Jesus, I'm out of control. Not using the brake at all. It's on the other side. I have to try and avoid that grass one. Is it that one? It sure looks like one. Unless I missed another one. Which is always possible. Okay, we are full. think that is the one. These all look like hay, so... Missed that entirely. Still missing it. Is that pretty much all of them? Because I don't want to have to run down and pick this up, what we could do is just grab it. We just won't unload we won't unload into the drop-off point, and then I'll push stuff around manually. I think that'll be the best. Now we'll probably have to leave the lime and fertilizing of the grass till next time. What if I just drop it here? Hang on, let me get in a position where I can take this out. Yeah, we'll have to leave the lime and fertilizing till next video because we're running out of time. But I'd still like to see if we can move. We'll have to check. Have we moved through time enough? Because I'd love to see those holiday homes progress past that amount of wood beams, or see what they've done to see what I need to do. Come on, fold up. Thank you. Yeah, get off. Always shocks me when I'm in forget that I was in third person. And okay, that is definitely grass. So let's take this over to the sheepies, and they can have that while we're here. That was not the one I grabbed, but whatever. Grab the one behind it. Now I've screwed that up, so let's move that. Alright. Okay, that wobbled its way in nicely. And then push. Oh, I can't steer it. There we go. Okay, that's done. Let's go. What are we doing? Let's just check the cows. The bloody thing's not auto-filling. Of course it's not. Because that's what happens when you... come back after saving, like exiting the game. I don't think it auto-fills. Alright, let's put this... No, I can't do that, can I? Hang on. Let's grab this guy. I was going to put that tractor on the water tanker, but that's not possible. It's not the right tanker. There you go, cows. You're all good. Alright, so as I said, we've got to lime fertilise the grass. I think everything else is good. Can we get past this without getting too dark? I don't think we can. Might have to do it in the dark. I just want to see what the next step is. Come on. Hurry up. No. Okay. They did stop. So, 2,000 litres of furniture. Wait, why? You're kidding. So some of them went past it and some didn't. They've all stopped. Ah, good stuff. Okay, so some of them need... I don't know why that one didn't. Alright, so a lot of them want... Why did you push off? I did not grab you. I guess I need to check them all, don't I? That's annoying. Okay, I think they all need it. So I have to put this in for 1 litre. Hate that. Yep, see, now it's done. All that wood beam for 1 litre. You better use some more wood beams on the next go, or I'm going to be annoyed. I don't know which one didn't need it. Because that one does. That one doesn't. That one does. I'm not going to have enough. Too short. So we need 2 wood beams and we need to get 20,000 litres of furniture because we've got 10 and each want 2,000. Ooh, okay. I think that's going to cost me potentially a lot of money. I don't know how much furniture is, but we'll find out in the next video. So yeah, we're going to get 2 wood beams. And I don't know, I'm assuming we have some. Yes, we do. Alright, so we can come here and get... We'll come here and get wood beams and obviously pick up tons of furniture if we can buy it. Which I'm hoping... We better be able to buy it, because otherwise we're in big trouble. Because we're going to have to buy production otherwise to make it. That is going to cost... Why is it saying I can... That is going to cost... Jesus, will you just... Sometimes the controller thing is really annoying. Almost 8,500. Do the math on that one. I'll come back in the next video and we'll see if you're right. Because it's going to be 20,000 litres. So that's 20 times 8,424, roughly. Yeah, work that out. That's not going to be good. What's that, about 160 grand or more? Yeah, more. Anyway. Let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comments. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. And we'll look at the lovely cows while we exit the game. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all the usual stuff. We are in May, so we're going to be June next month. I'm not sure what's in June, but July is our fish one. So that's going to be fun. We've got to do that. And yeah, hopefully enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.